Chapter 16 High School Hazing, 1981. When a warrior learns to stop the internal dialogue, everything is possible. The more elusive the plans are always within reach. Carlos Castañeda. "No, please, no!" a terrified high school freshman screamed. "Shut up! Don't move!" Cara de Perro, a high school senior, growled at the ninth grader. People were running in all directions. The freshmen were running away, trying to escape the hazing, and seniors were chasing the scared newcomers. It was registration day at the Prepa Adolfo Chavez, my high school. Hazers were happier than puppies with three tails at the beach. They couldn't contain their excitement while chasing, catching, and shaving freshmen. All new students had to go through this process. Ninth graders' heads needed to be shaved. They needed to know their place. They were rookies and didn't know anything. They were freshmen. That's all they needed to know. "Take your hat off," Cerote, a 12th grader, barked at me. "Sure," I smiled smugly, taking my hat off. "What the?" Cerote looked at me puzzled. "Why are you shaved?" "We're supposed to shave you?" Cerote pushed me, spat on the floor, and went on his way to find another victim. "Nah, nobody shaves me. I shave myself," I said contemptuously while Cerote was walking away. I had shaved my head that morning before I went to register at my brand new high school. Being shaved by a bunch of hazers was humiliating. I didn't think I could stand there being punked like that. If somebody tried to force me and shave me, I knew I would fight. I had to fight. I wouldn't submit to any kind of abuse, not anymore. I was proud to be a freshman. I was not a kid anymore. I knew how to fight, how to defend myself. Nobody would ever bully me again. The previous day, Cara de Perro, a senior and friend of mine, had told me that the only way I would avoid a fight was if I came shaved to registration. He told me that if he had to take sides, it wouldn't be mine. So he said that I should shave because even if I fought, they would shave me anyway. So I did. Because we were friends, Cara de Perro had also told me that he would allow me to help the seniors with the hazing. "Out of my way!" Grande, a freshman, walked through the main door, pushing away a couple of seniors. A hush fell over the crowd. Grande stood there, glancing around, daring anybody, somebody, hell, everybody. Grande looked bigger than the Statue of Liberty. Everybody knew he would be a freshman this year, which was weird because he was almost 18. Why? Well, mostly because he had been held back in middle school for 3 years. He was great in sports, but not the brightest of the bunch in academics. Like Moses parting the Red Sea, Grande moved tall and strong, people giving way, moving to the left and to the right. Everybody moved out of Grande's way, like receding waves in an empty beach. "So who's going to shave me?" Grande stared at the crowd, hoping, daring, double daring, that somebody would say "I," so he could crush him or them. Shit, Cara de Perro whispered. "Okay, Elio, remember what we talked about yesterday?" Last night, Cara de Perro had told me that if I wanted to play in the varsity basketball team as a freshman, I had to be baptized. Cara de Perro said that during the hazing, most likely there would be a brave freshman who would rather fight than to be shaved. So Cara de Perro said that all I had to do was fight whomever he asked me to fight. I told Cara de Perro, shit, to play in the varsity team I'd fight the devil. Of course, only if the devil tried to be big and bad. Cara de Perro said that he would have my back in case things went south. "Me!" I yelled. Silence fell over the crowd. Like a herd of chihuahuas turning to where a lion is roaring, everybody turned and looked at me, probably thinking, "That freshman looks like a starving iguana, skinny." What? Please. Grande looked at me and then at the crowd, pointing a finger and mocking me. I will shave you. I stepped out of the crowd, staring back at Grande. Dear reader, remember, no shaving could take place until the freshmen submitted. That's when the seniors stepped in and did their business. If somebody refused, there had to be a fight. Right now, in front of me, there was the biggest guy I'd ever fought. Ha! Grande looked at me mockingly. Is that all you got, you mother effers? A skinny mother effer? Grande looked around to the rest of the seniors, then looked at me and said, You're so scrawny, you could hula hoop with Fruity Loops. Grande laughed at me. Yeah, I was skinny, lanky, and did not look threatening at all. You talk too much, Grande. Are we gonna do this or what? I said with the certainty of a warrior that knows he will not go down alone. Slap! I landed the biggest bitch slap on Grande's cheek. He stood there, stunned. Whoom! He threw a wild overhead punch, missing me by inches. I slipped, sidestepped, torqued my body to the left, and unwound the meanest left hook into Grande's midsection. Mother effer! He yelled, launching at me with all of his 260 pounds or so. Flailing arms, punching and clasping on the air, trying to grab me, trying to get a hold of me. If he did, oops, poor me. Again I ducked, went under and shuffled, twisting my body to the right this time, unwinding a right hook on his right cheek. Grande came at me again, but a stiff jab met his face. Screaming, he charged again. A straight punch landed on his nose. And on and on. Even though he was a bloody mess, Grande wouldn't give up. In fact, he didn't give up. He just collapsed. He was beyond exhausted. Like a bull that has been tired by the matador, Grande's legs gave way. He sat there, not believing what had just happened. Grande was brave, tall and strong, but he couldn't move anymore. That's when, as rapacious hyenas, the seniors stepped in and did the shaving. Later that day, I went home and was having lunch. My mom had prepared an incredible morisqueta. That's a dish from Apatzingan. That's white rice, refried beans, cheese, and pork. One of my favorite dishes. I was enjoying my meal when all of a sudden, screech! A truck made a sudden stop right outside my house. I peeked through the window and I saw Grande, still bloody and now with a very swollen face. Two guys getting out the truck, and Grande's dad was the driver. When he got out of the truck, I thought, shit, Mr. Grande is taller than Grande. Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Grande pounded on the front door. Yes, my mom opened the door, not knowing what to make of the man pounding on the door, the bloody guy next to him, and the two guys standing behind him. Does Elio live here? Mr. Grande asked. Yes, my mom said, now worried. Tell him to step outside, Mr. Grande ordered. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Say what? A lesson about what? My mom asked. She was getting angry now. Nobody yelled or barked orders at Socorro Ruiz Tafoya, my mom, without facing the consequences. Soco, short for Socorro, my mom, was a kind, loving, and smart woman. But she was also proud and strong. When she was sober, she would talk and reason with others, even if they disrespected her. When she was drinking, though, that was another story. She was not afraid of the devil in himself. Shit, when she drank, even demons ran whimpering and crying away from her. She would fight the chupacabra if she had to, and the chupacabra would run away from the fury of Soco. Sasquatch wouldn't even try it. Right now, my mom was on her second beer. I'm going to F him up. That's the lesson I'm going to give him, Mr. Grande said, puffing his chest. That did it. Although my mom did not show her volcanic anger about to explode, she said, Hold on a minute, mister. Let me get Elio for you. Oh no, I thought, she's going to turn me in. I was shitting my pants. You might be wondering where I was while this was happening. Well, Elio, the brave warrior. Moi, the big badass. I was hiding. Can you believe it? I was hiding behind the fringe. I was as scared as a mouse in a room full of snakes. I was paralyzed. What the? Mr. Grande mumbled, stumbling back, walking away from the front door to the truck as fast as he could. You going to do what with my son? Zorro was walking towards Mr. Grande, yielding a butter knife. I'll teach you an effing lesson, mother effer. I'll F you up before you lay a finger on my kid, my mom screamed. Wait, senora, the problem is not with you, Mr. Grande yelled, now running to the truck. My mom looked bigger than an epic giant Tarascan warrior. She moved like a tornado towards the truck that was driving away already. They stormed out of there like chickens out of a lion's den. My mom stood in the middle of the street, knife in hand, in her comfy sandals, her cooking apron, like a lioness. She had chased away the hyenas who wanted to pounce on her young. My mom had just taught me another lesson. No matter how big your enemy is, no matter if the odds are against you, you stand up. Come hell or high water, she used to say. You confront whatever comes your way. You base your decisions on the principle of honor, not on a scary situation. What happened after that? Well, I went back to eating and my mom to drinking. Not a word about the incident was ever said after that.
Juan, Colorado me llaman, soy señores de Michoacán. Y hasta los más salidones al mirarme muchos se van. Traigo mi cuerpo una silla que es de cuero, plata y marfil. Al ciento para que entre el rendir. Que viva mi tierra Michoacán y deme charanda para brindar. Que Juan Colorado ya está aquí, montado en su cueco en huracán. Cuando me encuentro resuelto que de frente quiera pelear, con mi pistola y machete por mi suerte yo he de ganar. Que viva mi tierra Michoacán y deme charanda para brindar. Que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su cuenco en huracán.